Welcome. You are listening to the Play Big Queen podcast. This is for you if you are a woman who is an entrepreneur, business owner, professional, leader, or someone who is deeply committed to personal growth, self-improvement, transformation, and living authentically. This is especially for you if you have an invisible disability, whether you are diagnosed, undiagnosed, self-diagnosed, or late diagnosed, and you are working on reclaiming your neurodivergent identity, rebuilding confidence, learning what works for your unique brilliance while breaking free from small people-pleasing conditioning. If you are a visionary change maker interested in advancing your leadership and creating success on your terms, and you want to leave a legacy, if you are navigating disability or neurodiversity as an individual or as an ally, and you are looking for a supportive and inclusive environment to thrive, then this is for you. I am your hostess, Kate Bailey. I am the Play Big Queen. My name is my title and a command for all women. Play Big Queen. I invite you to claim this title for yourself and coronate your Play Big self too, if it serves you. I am a business and embodiment mentor working with women who are ready to rise the fuck up and be your bold, beautiful, sexy ass self, start and grow your big, bold vision, and claim that you too get to have your boldest desires. I am the creatrix of Kate Bailey LLC, which provides coaching services, educational courses, products, and experiences that promote success in neurodiversity advocacy, women's empowerment, embodiment, entrepreneurship, and business to serve women on their transformational journey. To learn more about my company offerings and to get on my email list, go to xxxkatebailey.com. If you would like to learn more about my work, my personal values, my mission, and my community, make sure you catch the last 5 minutes of this episode to go deeper and learn so much more. On this podcast, sometimes we will have guests. Sometimes I'll do solo episodes, but every single time you listen, you will expand. So get ready. It's a new era for women on the Play Big path. Long may we reign. Welcome back to the Play Big Queen podcast, where we celebrate the bold, the brilliant, and the beautifully unconventional. I'm your host, Kate Bailey, confidence and embodiment mentor, neurodiversity advocate, and certified sacred provocateur. If you are a visionary woman and you're ready to ditch the shadows of smallness and step into your Play Big self, this is your space. Consider today's episode your permission slip, your pep talk, and your power up for playing big at any age. Because playing big isn't reserved for the young, the chosen, or the already established. Playing big is for you right here, right now. And here's a belief that I want to root deep into your knowing. There is no expiration date on your brilliance. Now, the world may try to tell you that you are too old to start something new or too young to be taken seriously, that your best years are behind you, or that you haven't earned yourself a seat at the table yet. But playing big isn't about age. It's about agency. It's about you claiming your space, owning your voice, and activating your unique power right now. Some of the most iconic women didn't hit their stride until midlife or later. And if you need some inspiration, Vera Wang transitioned from figure skating and journalism to fashion design, launching her own bridal line at 40 years old. Laverne Cox gained mainstream recognition at 40 for her role in Orange is the New Black and became an activist for trans rights. Viola Davis had her breakout role at 43. And the iconic Betty White, she was 51 when her career took off again, way back on the Mary Tyler Moore Show. Maxine Waters, she was first elected to the U.S. House of Representatives at 53, where she became known for her advocacy for social justice and economic fairness. Louise Hay wrote her first book at 50. She wrote her first bestseller, You Can Heal Your Life, at 58. And then she founded Hay House Publishing at 62. Elizabeth Warren, she was elected to the Senate at 62. Mary Kay Ash launched Mary Kay Cosmetics at age 63 after being passed over for a promotion, building Mary Kay up into $1 billion cosmetics empire. And the iconic Jane Fonda made a huge comeback in her late 70s. And she's also a high-profile political activist. And Queen, you must know about Iris Apfel and how she gained fashion icon status and became an Instagram sensation well into her 80s. And guess what? I've worked with play big queens in their 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s who are launching businesses, writing books, building legacies, and starting over on their own terms. Because power doesn't expire. Power matures, power deepens, it clarifies, and it amplifies when we stop trying to fit it into someone else's timeline. Let me be radically transparent with you. My own timeline was not linear. I didn't start my company at 25 with a crystal clear vision and a 6-figure runway. I started over and over and over. In education, because I had to, 6 different colleges. I started over in my professions because I got bored and I wanted to. Dozens of pivots, a winding path full of experience and grief and illness and clarity and straight up fucking grit. I didn't get diagnosed with learning challenges until I was deep into adulthood. I didn't meet my partner until I had burned through all my lessons in trauma and self-worth and learned to have a relationship with myself first. I didn't understand my gifts until I literally walked through the fire, healed my shame around my timing, and stood rooted firmly in my yes. I have played big at 19 when I was unconscious and young, and I shrunk at 30 when I became more aware of where I was at in life. I have intentionally walked away from a career that I put blood, sweat, and tears into for years in my mid and late 30s to rebuild a more authentic path through my purpose in a way that was bigger, braver, and bolder than ever in my 40s. Because we don't play big when the world finally gives us permission. We play big when we decide we are fucking done waiting. Wherever you are at on your timeline, whether you are raising babies or raising your rates, whether you're navigating perimenopause or your first promotion, whether you are starting your first business or burning one down to build a better one, I want you to hear this, Queen. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are not irrelevant, invisible, or replaceable. You are precisely on time for your specific purpose in this world. Playing big at any age means really trusting your inner compass way more than an ableist, patriarchal, white culture's stopwatch. It means you showing up now as the queen or the play big self that you are becoming. It means giving yourself permission to start, to scale, to heal, to desire, to speak, to lead again and again and again and again. Here is your embodied practice for this week. I invite you to take 10 minutes, just 10 minutes, and ask yourself this. What would I do today if I believed I was right on time? Would you pitch that idea? Would you book the photo shoot, sign up for the class, scale your business, raise your hand, raise your price, raise your standards? Then do one small thing in complete devotion to that belief. Because every bold move begins with one single brave step. Your brilliance does not fade with age. It refines, it sharpens, it becomes undeniable. You are never too old to reinvent. You are never too young to rise. You are never too late to play big. Not someday, not when you're more healed or more polished or more perfect or prepared. Now, Queen. Right fucking now. If you are ready right fucking now, let's fucking go. I have space that opened up on my calendar for one more client in the next 6 months, whether that looks like one client committing to 6 months of a high-level mentorship or two clients each diving into a 3-month transformative journey or 6 clients dedicating themselves to 1-month intensives. My calendar is open for someone who is truly ready to go all in on themselves. If that is you, if you are someone who is committed to playing big, committed to stepping into their brilliance and creating success on their own terms, I would love to support you on your journey. Play Big Queen Private Mentorship is for the woman who is a visionary, a powerhouse, a woman who refuses to settle for anything less than her boldest desires. You are driven by a deep commitment to live up to your potential in this lifetime. You crave self-improvement and personal growth, understanding that true excellence is about so much more than achievements or accolades. It's about showing up in integrity as your most authentic, powerful self. Someone who is in private mentorship with me is dedicated to building success that is sustainable, success that is authentic and deeply aligned with your values. When you're in private mentorship with me, you are committed to doing the work of transforming your life, business, and impact in the world for the long game. You are willing, but not entitled. You set high standards for yourself and you rise to meet them from this place of devotion to your own evolution. You've realized that how you do things matters. You want to find your way, the way that works for you, that feels right for you, and brings you lasting joy and success on your terms. You are so fucking ready to become secure in your purpose and your brilliance and what you are here to do in the world, to make a profound impact both personally and professionally, to step fully into your leadership and own your space with confidence. If you're coming into private mentorship with me, you understand that no one plays big alone. We all need support on this journey, and you are ready to be supported by someone who can truly see you and is in your corner, someone who can make a genuine difference in your journey and who wholeheartedly is committed to seeing you thrive, fulfilled, and successful on your terms. If you're ready to transform your life and business on your terms, this is your moment. When you work with me, you receive the highest level of personalized custom mentorship. We work on what you need when you need it. And this is way more than just strategy. It is a custom, full-bodied transformational experience. Some of the things that we can work on together: clarity, confidence, and building your personal presence. This is where you step into your most magnetic, powerful self. You break through things like imposter syndrome, visibility fears, fear of speaking up, or self-doubt, and you start to own the room with this unshakable presence and clarity and purpose. We work on developing sustainable success, where you build success in a way that feels deeply nourishing, not draining. You develop these rock solid boundaries and achieve balance between your drive and your flow, structure and creativity, and you enjoy success that is both powerful and pleasurable. We also work on personalized business strategies and alignment. You deserve a tailored guidance that acknowledges your unique strengths, your unique desires, and your vision. There's no cookie cutter solutions. There's no magic lottery tickets. We create something that feels true and right for you and your brand, aligned with your most authentic self and values. We create a stronger mind-body connection and focus on somatic healing. So clearing the blocks that stand in your way, integrating embodied practices to manage stress, eliminate burnout, and tap into your intuition with precision and ease. Of course, we also work on healing and transforming beliefs. That's at the core of all of this. So releasing old patterns and habits and limiting beliefs that truly no longer serve you. You learning to rewrite your relationship with yourself, your money, your power and visibility, and fully stepping into your unique brilliance. Together, we work on embodied marketing and sales, so expressing yourself with truth and authenticity so you can attract clients who resonate with you and your true authentic essence instead of this polished presence or persona. We can work on conversational modeling and how to close sales with ease because you're confident and your sales are heart-led from integrity with your message aligned to who you truly are. And one of my most favorite things to work on in private mentorship is creating impact and a lasting legacy. You learning how to show up in ways that disrupt leadership, where you are in your most creative and authentic self, breaking norms, creating new paradigms, making your mark and leaving a legacy that both lasts and elevates you and everyone around you. My commitment to your transformation is completely unyielding and unwavering. I am here to guide you towards the fullest expression of your brilliance. This is your invitation to step boldly into your power and claim your greatness and to play big on your own terms. If you are interested in talking more about private mentorship with me, send me an email to secure your spot. You can email me at info@playbigqueen.com. I don't believe in pressure selling or formal sales calls. If you send me an email telling me you're interested in private mentorship, I will simply reply with a link to my calendar where you can set up a 30-minute connection call where at the scheduled time, I'm going to call you old school on the phone and we're going to have a genuine conversation as two human beings. I don't do scripts. I don't do pressure. Just two people talking to see if we have the right kind of coaching chemistry and if this is truly the right time for you to step into this transformation. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Play Big Queen podcast. If this episode lit a fire in your soul, do not forget to subscribe. Remember that your story, your timing, and your power matter. And no matter what age you are at, when one woman chooses to rise, we all go higher together. So rise up, gorgeous, and play big, queen. Okay, that's it for this episode of the Play Big Queen podcast. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me. As always, eat the fruit, spit out the seeds, take what nourished you, keep what resonated for you, and leave the rest, because ultimately, you know best. This episode is over until next time, but we can keep this thing going. Go to xxxkatebailey.com, scroll to the bottom where it says join our community, and get on the email list to get all the juicy details about all my offerings and where Play Big Queens play together online, on social media, and in person. We've got a tight community of women claiming their boldest desires, celebrating wins, playing all out, fiercely standing for each other, and going higher together. Go to xxxkatebailey.com, put in your email address, and confirm your subscription. Once you're in, you'll get all the juicy guides, tips, and inspirations, and you get notified first about all the offers we have for all the big stuff we're doing over here. Go to xxxkatebailey.com to stay in the loop. That's xxxkatebailey.com. If you like what you heard in this podcast, subscribe, share it with your friends. And if you got something from this, I would appreciate some reviews and ratings. When you take the time to review the podcast, it helps our podcast get out to more women who need it. If you haven't already, head over to iTunes and Spotify and show Play Big Queen some love. Also, I want you to know that my door is always open and I will always make space for you to be heard and to honor your experience. The views expressed in this podcast are through the lens of my personal identity and my own lived experience. I am a European mix, Mediterranean mutt who is an Italian, Sicilian, cis heterosexual woman born in New York, experiencing the world in a white body as a multiply neurodivergent who lives in a neurodiverse and racially blended family. And like everyone else, my one single perspective comes with its own limitations. I have done personal and professional work around anti-racism, diversity, equity, equality, and inclusion. I am not a therapist or doctor, and any coaching or advice cannot take the place of professional medical, mental health, or healing help. However, that being said, what happens in my work is often a very powerful, additional, supplemental, or alternative way to heal around identity work, mindset, and emotional wellness. Although I am not a licensed therapist, it is worth noting that in addition to being a mentor, I am trained and certified in emergency medicine and response. I have rendered care to over 20,000 patients in the course of my career. I have taught over 15,000 students, many of which had learning disabilities that were undiagnosed and came from diverse cultural backgrounds. I was also a private health college adjunct professor who was responsible for training medical professionals on how to respond to trauma and behavioral emergencies. If you approach me with any concern, you will be met with professionalism, compassion, tact, understanding, support, and a readiness and a willingness to advocate for your needs. That being said, sometimes I just get it wrong. I am a human being on my own growth journey after all. When I mess up, I'm always available for a courageous and crucial conversation that makes way for growth and healing. Your experience and voice matters to me. I sincerely welcome any feedback you feel called to share. You can email your comments or concerns to info@playbigqueen.com, knowing that I am open to having any and all crucial conversations needed. Okay, remember, you are brilliant. Celebrate yourself, value your own unique way, and honor your own timing, because you can totally create a life and business that feels good and is successful on your terms. Remember to release expectations of what you think your play big process should look like, and be willing to do the work that needs to be done to play big. But most of all, when you come face to face with your boldest desires, remember to trust yourself and play big, queen. Hi, queen. I see you're in it for the long game. If you reach this part of the podcast episode, it means you're interested in learning more about my work, my values, my mission, and my community. So let's go deeper together. I am here to activate neurodivergent women to play bigger and to show you that you are so capable of doing big things, and that if you value your own unique way and honor your own timing, you will learn to receive your boldest desires and so much more. In my world, what makes you different is valued, celebrated, honored, and welcome. I welcome all who identify as female and non-binary folk in my Play Big Queens community. We believe in and support LGBTQIA+2S, Black Lives Matter, women's and pro-choice rights, and obviously intersectional identities, including disabilities, neurodivergence, and religious beliefs. Personally, I am pro-sex worker rights, pro-Palestinian liberation, against Islamophobia, and against anti-Semitism, and I'm also against any cult-like religions that use beliefs as an excuse to indoctrinate people into abusive, autocratic systems. Like many neurodivergent people, we have big hearts and a strong sense of social justice around here. You are encouraged to stay and play in our Play Big Queen community if you share these values. For those who find the word queen does not resonate, perhaps because of imperial associations, the Play Big Self archetype can take any form, and the invitation and activation remains the same. To learn to embody your Play Big Self, to operate from love instead of fear, to go on a play big journey in community because you know that no play big queen can truly play big alone. To decide to cultivate the courage to use your voice, unmask, reclaim, embrace, and embody your brilliance, and create a life and business that works with the unique way that you work. Through this work, you will come to know the truth of your brilliance deeply. And as you come to know your authentic self, more and more will begin to open up for you. Knowing your unique brilliance will lead to great success and true belonging. In this world, we take the pressure off and learn to step off the traditional path so you can blaze your own trail. My mission is to get you motivated, inspired, and equipped to get into massive action and go on your very own Play Big journey. My mission is to empower at least 10,000 women to fully step into their Play Big self by offering healing, transformative, inclusive, and neurodiverse affirming coaching and content. Through innovative coaching programs, courses, and masterclasses, we provide the tools, support, sustainability, and community needed to help each woman embrace her unique path to confidence, success, and meaningful impact. If just 10,000 women with invisible disabilities and their allies were empowered with neurodiverse affirming and inclusive communication to express their unique brilliance, step into their authority and autonomy, and lead, the world would experience a profound shift towards inclusivity, innovation, and empathy. These women would break through societal limitations, modeling resilience, creativity, and strength of diversity. Their voices and perspectives, often shaped by unique experiences with challenges and perseverance, would redefine business leadership, inspire systemic change, and create spaces where diverse ways of thinking are not just accepted, but celebrated. Industries and communities would become more accessible and inclusive with practices that honor varied ways of working, communicating, and achieving. This change would ripple into every area of life and society. Workplaces would become more adaptable, offering a culture of respect for individual strengths. Healthcare and education systems would improve, centering accessibility and compassion in their approaches, and policies would evolve to better support those with invisible challenges, benefiting society as a whole. So many women with so much potential are shrinking in the face of their own brilliance, just sitting on the sidelines, waiting for permission instead of getting in the game. The activation of the latent potential in these women, their empowerment, making them visible, would inspire others, reduce stigma around invisible disabilities, and encourage everyone to lead authentically. Their successes will light the way for countless more women to rise, creating a culture of true diversity where every person feels valued, included, and emboldened to contribute their brilliance and lead with it. If you know you are ready for more clarity, confidence, and you want to embody your play big self and be supported around creating the big vision for your life and business, then send me an email at info@playbigqueen.com telling me why this work is so important for you, and we can explore opportunities to work together and make your play big dreams a reality.